Okay, in this problem we're looking at average velocity again. If a rock is thrown upward on the planet Mars with a velocity of 10 meters per second, its height in meters seconds later is given by y equals 10t minus 1.86 t squared. Find the average velocity over the time interval 1 to 2. So again, in this problem there's a lot of stuff in here that you don't necessarily need. The only thing that we're actually concerned about is this equation here, y equals 10t minus 1.86 t squared, and we're interested in the average velocity over the time interval 1 to 2. So, average velocity. Again, we come back to our delta s over delta t. This is s2 minus s1 over t2 minus t1. Let's go ahead and say that time 2 is 2 seconds. So on the bottom we get 2 minus 1. On the top we get s of 2 minus s of 1. Again, check to make sure that these are the same. You want to have s of 2 directly over time 2 and s of 1 directly over time 1. Alright, so now there's a couple different ways we can do this. We could go ahead and plug these into these straight in the stream of the problem, but I like to go ahead and do what I call a timeout. So I come over here and figure out s of 2. Now that is 10 times 2 minus 1.86 times 2 squared. So, taking out the calculator, 10 times 2 minus 1.86 times 2 squared. And let's fix that. Come up with 12.56. We are looking at, I believe, meters here, so go ahead and give it some units just to remind us, and do s of 1 at the same time. It gives us 10 times 1 minus 1.86 times 1 squared, which is really 10 minus 1.86. And we get 8.14. It is important at this point to make sure that we are being accurate with our decimal places, and since both of these came out to exactly 2 decimal places, we don't really have much to worry about. But if we have a lot more, make sure that you're rounding to at least 5 or 6 decimal places before you do anything, or while you're in the middle of the problem. So now we can go ahead and fill this in. S of 2, 12.56, minus s of 1, 8.14. All divided by, well, 2 minus 1 is 1. And 12.56 minus 8.14 is 4.42. And that is our average velocity over the time interval from 1 to 2. So we should be looking at units meters per second.